Today we're in this Q7 that I recently rebuilt. It's currently for sale, so if anybody's interested, reach out. Today I'm getting inspected. If you're new to the channel, I somewhat recently started the process of starting my own dealership. In reality, it would be really hard to call my shop a dealership. You're going to see that in a couple of minutes, but I believe it should be enough to get a dealer's license. I think I check all the boxes. The location checks all the boxes, and I think I should be able to get it. But today, I'm getting a DMV representative come to my location and inspect it. It sounds pretty serious, like getting inspected, and like his title is an investigator. Like, it makes me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first business I've ever started, not to mention a car dealership. And it's been a little stressful. Luckily, I don't have a lot relying on this. Like, it is not my primary source of income. I have a full-time job, and my night job is restoring crashed cars and fixing broken cars. And my focus is German cars. So my dealership's name is Euros of A. I thought it was kind of clever because it kind of sounds like US of A. This is what the dealership building looks like. And there's our sign, which was actually one of the requirements. This little guy is all we have. I also have to have my hours of operation listed. Here's what it looks like from the inside. This is literally my office area. Also, one of the requirements. It does not specify how big the office area has to be. The only area specification, I think, is for the display area for a vehicle. Minimum size for which is basically just one parking spot. Clearly, we have a decent amount of room in here. About 3 cars, 4 if you try really, really hard. And it's a bit of a mess. So this technically would be called my service area. The lease with this shop also comes with 2 parking spots outside, which would be my official display area. At least that's the way I see it. I think that will be enough for them. We're gonna find out very soon if that's not the case. This is my daily, which is not being dailied because, yes. And I also do motorcycles. Within 30 minutes, somebody's supposed to come to this location and make sure that everything here is up to their standards. I have no idea what their standards are. There's not really a written out explanation of exactly what they're expecting to see. I don't know if they're expecting to see something like this, but I think this is sufficient. I think I'm gonna try and record this. I mean, how often do you get to see a dealership inspection? Clearly, I had no idea what exactly to expect with this inspection, but it turned out to be much more of a training session rather than the inspection. The investigator did look at my sign. He made sure I have my hours of operation posted. He made sure that I clearly have this 12 by 20 square foot area for display. I showed him the 2 parking spots. He saw that I do have a service station. He clearly saw an engine sitting in the middle of it. And the rest of the session was basically him walking me through all the paperwork I'm required to do, all the titling, all the records I have to keep, and basically laws and regulations that the government uses to keep track of the dealerships. Turns out that all dealerships get inspected approximately every 3 years. I also have to keep track and keep all the records from all the vehicles I had in my possession for at least 5 years. So whenever they inspect you in those 3-year periods, they are going to look at your records and make sure that you are keeping track of all the cars you have had in the last 5 years. There was a lot of other things that I had learned, but these were the major points. It would turn into a very boring video if I walked you through all the rest of it. This is what this guy does every day, every single day. Like, you can't really expect him to be incredibly thorough, I guess. It was very informative. I think this was a lot more of a lesson and training for somebody who starts out than anything else, which is very useful. The state also does offer a training session for new dealers, which I am taking in January. Bottom line is that there's so much paperwork. Having a dealer's license versus doing car flipping on the side unofficially has pros and cons to it. The main reasons why I did it is to have access to auctions and to have access to dealer plates. Both of those things would be amazing and make my life so much easier. The issue is that every time I sell a car, there's quite a bit of paperwork I have to do. It's not as simple as signing a title and handing it over to the new owner. There is a whole online system that I have to use to fill out a whole bunch of information. That's going to give me an option to like print out temporary tags, basically submitting everything to the DMV. The dealer is required to process titling. They're required to submit the application for registration for the buyer. So in a sense, it kind of makes it easier for people, but at the same time, people who shop on Facebook Marketplace, they're not looking to buy from a dealer. Like I myself, I scroll Facebook Marketplace all the time, and I do not look at dealer listings because usually when you buy from a dealer, you're not gonna get a good deal. Hopefully that's not going to affect me too much. Fingers crossed. Once I officially fully get my license and I'm all set to go, I am gonna make a video basically giving you a step-by-step of how to get the dealer's license and how it worked out and how much it cost and how long it took. So that is coming. If you're interested to see that, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. If you would like to see where this takes us, how this all works out, what is going to happen with this place, what's going to happen with the Euros of A. This here is the remainder of the sticker thing that I needed to put on my sign, but I think it kind of looks cool. I think it fits the space pretty well. So yes, this is the name of the business, Euros of A. Colorized version of the logo basically has the U is colored as the Ukrainian flag, then O is the European Union flag, and then A for the American flag. I thought that was pretty clever, thought it was kind of creative. I usually don't get creative, so if you think that that is lame, please let me know too, because that's definitely something I would do, come up with a super lame name and logo. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Happy holidays.